Hello Virgo, and welcome to your annual 2026 reading. So I'm going to dive in and do the whole year for you, which is really exciting. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pull out an energy card for the overall energy. We'll bring out your monthly energies. We'll dig deep into the clarifying, and then we've got some keywords that is going to be great for you to look out for for the rest of the year or during the whole year. And then you can always use this video just to revisit or during the year to keep up to date or keep up with each month. It might be worth also checking out your moon and rising signs as well. Excellent. So Virgo, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here with me today. How are you all? Right. So Virgo, what a pleasure to have you here again. Amazing. All right. So here we go. So for January, you have the Star. February, Two of Wands. March, the Queen of Pentacles. April, you have the Hermit. May, the Tower, really interestingly. June, you have the Page of Wands. July, the King of Pentacles. August, Seven of Swords. August, September, the Hanged Man. October, the Nine of Pentacles. November, Page of Cups. And December, you have the Chariot. Wow, you were going full circle here, Virgo. This is pretty epic. So just before I jump into the clarifiers and what the cards mean, okay, let's bring out an overall energy for your year ahead. So 2026 Virgo energy, please. So Virgo is going to be the lunar year of the horse as well. Now the horse is adaptability, strength, courage, determination, adventure, all of those good, noble stability kind of signs. Okay, so Virgo 2026, please. You have Flamingo Spirit. Flamingo Spirit. Embrace the in-between. Embrace the in-between. So you could be going through a transitional year. I've also, so in numerology, so 2 and 6 become an 8. Now in numerology, 8 can represent infinity, but it can also represent coming to completion. And not so much beginning something new, but I kind of see it as the World card, like coming into completion. I feel that I needed to let you know that. So I'm going to let you know. All right, let's dig into the months. Let's go into the months. So for January, you have the Star. Now the Star is a card of happiness, it's joy, it's reaching, it's creating that goal and reaching for your Northern Star. Now this figure here is pouring the water into the fountain of youth, and there's a continuous cycle going on here. So I feel like this is a constant, growth and transformation and growth and transformation. What else am I feeling? I am feeling a lot of kind of dream work. So if you are more prone to remembering your dreams, or if you do keep a dream diary, I definitely connect the Star with any dream work. Any ideas, like manifestation. I do see this card as like a card of spirituality. The fact that you are starting your January in the Star, I genuinely see it as very positive. Very spiritual. Like I feel like a new life from it. In February, you have the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is, I feel like the Two of Wands is like coming into a new world. like, because of the star in January, and you're dreaming of, you could be dreaming of a new world. So maybe you are wanting, or you're trying to be somebody that you love and admire. Not so much like you need to step into them, but you know, when you want to create and want to embody certain characteristics, or a certain persona, or you want to be perceived in a certain way. I'm definitely feeling that a lot for you in February. March, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I really love the Queen of Pentacles. She's very sturdy, stability, mature. I feel there's a lot of ideas around wealth at this point as well. So you're taking into consideration, you could be, you know, more financially balanced at this point, but maybe you're making some tables or spreadsheet or some graphs that make sense to you. And also, so I feel like you're being mindful about your spending currently, and also how you plan to save and how to create a safer and stable future. April, you have the Hermit. Now, April might be a month of introspection for you. The Hermit implies that, well, essentially this figure here is only now coming out of the cave. And this is why the Hermit holds a lamp. And the lamp shines the light just around them. And that is essentially your wisdom. Now, when you're in the cave, that light will flicker onto essentially a bit further, because it's, you know, being in a cave is so dark anyway. So where your light touches is all of these possibilities, is all of these ideas. It's essentially what your energy is touching and what is it that you want to create. And once you find your direction on how to leave that cave, I feel that this April can be quite profound for you. In May, keep a lookout for anything that you may not see coming. And there's not to say that this is a super drastic situation. It's, you know, I don't feel that this is going to be your world completely changing 180 degrees. The cat is trying to eat the paper, the bubble wrap. So yeah, be mindful about maybe if there has been numerous red flags. Maybe you were trying to reach something or reach a goal, or maybe you've been applying for the same job maybe a few years in a row, and that doesn't quite fall through. So I'd love to dig into the clarity and find out about this. What else do I have coming up? Yeah, I'm curious about the clarity for this card. Maybe we can dive in just to understand exactly where that will lead you. June, you have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is a very like curious and creative individual. I kind of see the Page of Wands as like the art kids in school, you know, or in college, or in, I don't know, the theatre kids. And that's really how I do see the Page of Wands. And maybe it's just like how they're dressed. I feel them quite aspiring. They're very aspiring, like totally within them, you know, kind of Aquarius vibes basically, but they're totally independent. You know, they're there to be curious, present themselves, or live in their world and be super happy about being an individual. I really am feeling this for you. I feel like you are more enthusiastic as well. I feel like maybe from April and May having the Hermit and the Tower, that where something has happened, or it could maybe be you in your mind space looking into the past, you know. I feel like you're definitely coming out your shell so far. I feel like there has been some sort of stability, and then maybe something withdrawal has happened, or maybe you are questioning a certain situation, but I really feel like you're coming back to yourself in June. July, you have the King of Pentacles. So you have both King and Queen of Pentacles. So you got your divine counterparts here. There is a lot of, like stability going on with the King and the Queen here. Let me discuss the King a little bit. Now, the King is essentially the highest of the Pentacle suits. So you are definitely in financial support, in your financial wealth here. Maybe your ideas are growing. Maybe you get a promotion. Maybe there is a stream of money that comes in for you. But I feel like a lot of this is to do with your past self as well. Maybe you have been diligently saving towards something, and you know, possibly you've needed to use the savings, or maybe to help a friend out. But I feel like you are definitely at your A game here with your materialistic kind of realm. August, you have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is, I sometimes feel very cautious of the Seven of Swords, but I'm not feeling cautious of the Seven of Swords here. I feel like there's maybe something that I feel like this person has not kind of run away. I feel like this is more you, and you're kind of, I feel like you're being a bit of a prankster here. So I'm not sure if maybe you're not saying the whole truth towards something or towards somebody, or maybe you're not quite expressing yourself fully, or maybe you're withdrawing some information. But I definitely am feeling that kind of presence here. I feel in this card that you are more of the Seven of Swords rather than watching out about other people. September, you've got the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is a card of changing opinion, or gaining enlightenment. I gotta be careful that the cat doesn't jump up on the table. Gaining enlightenment, a new perspective towards something, a possible change of attitude as well. This is the card of wisdom. It's a card where you are connecting to the tree of life. Maybe you're feeling more connected to others around you, but maybe you have been feeling a bit distant from others before. You do have the Hermit that's up here as well. So I'm feeling like there's a lot of wisdom here for you in September. October, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Honestly, for financial or materialistic wealth, you are doing really well this year. You've got the King, Queen, and also the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles for me is a super independent character or individual. Let me just get the cat for a sec, please. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is a super independent archetype or character. I do see the Nine of Pentacles as like, yeah, very independent. You are at the top of your game. You are completely financially independently supported by yourself. You probably do have others around you who's willing to help and support as well, but I feel that this is definitely more embodying your energy. I feel that you are very comfortable in this spot as well. Maybe you're even seeking some adventure in some way, but you're very comfortable, you're very blissful within your happiness, and this is a very abundant energy for your October. November, we amp up the excitement a little bit with the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups, I do see as like a dreamy character. I see the Page of Cups like very romantic, very in tune with your emotions. You could also be dreaming again. I do associate water, although it is emotions, but it can be quite spiritual. And I do feel that the Page of Cups and the Star are very spiritual, like dreamy, in touch with your emotions kind of cards, but at a spiritual level. So it's a bit more than just your emotions, you know. Essentially, you know, I'm kind of just tiptoeing around. You could have like psychic or psychic-esque instances, or maybe not instances, it's not quite the word that I'm trying to say. But yeah, you might find that maybe you're feeling a bit more psychic around this time as well. That's for November. You could have dreams that are quite prophetic. You could have a lot of increasing deja vus that could be quite profound for you. Maybe there's a lot of synchronicities or coincidences happening. I like to say synchronicities happening this month for you as well. And December, we are finishing the year with the Chariot. Now, chariots can represent Cancer, but also I feel that you are now, I feel like this so far has been a bit of transformation for you. You know, you've got a lot of stability, but I feel like you're seeking something else or something more. And I feel like the Chariot, you're realizing you can take your destiny into your own hands. You can take charge of your chariots. You can drive your vehicle. to where you want it to go. And I feel like you're kind of embodying that power. And you definitely, you know, from this transition, I feel like you are definitely needing to embrace the in-between. So you are definitely going places this year. Very exciting so far. Clarifying cards. Okay, so Virgo. Virgo. Let's see about your 2026. So let's dig into the clarifiers. Basically, I'm just going to shuffle the cards as we go as well. And this is more of an intuitive pull. Okay. So Virgo. Clarifying for Virgo 2026. We have the star. Could we have a card representing the star for January? All right, so for January, you have the star. Now the star is, you know, reaching your dreams. You've got the beautiful fountain of youth. I feel like spirituality is on your side as well. The Four of Wands. Now the Four of Wands is a card of it's celebration, it's commitment, it's goals that have been achieved, or maybe there's other people around you that are encouraging you. If you haven't quite set up on trying to start your dreams, or, you know, working towards whatever you are dreaming about, then I think this is a fantastic opportunity to even, you know, just start laying the bricks and maybe chipping away at it each moment as it comes. I think that would be a beautiful, that is a beautiful time to start, or just making some kind of plan if you haven't started already. For others who have tried, or you are already on the road to achieving your dreams, there's a definite goal that has been reached here for sure. I think this is also a celebration of others, celebrating you, celebrating your life, and also that I definitely feel there's a lot of people around you who are willing, who are wanting to support you as well. So I feel like there's a lot of love here. There is so much potential for you to carry on and to keep, you know, even if you dream about something else or something new, I feel like you've now gained that confidence to actually go and to try something new as well. So well done. Very exciting start to your year, Virgo. For February, you have the Two of Wands. So could we clarify Two of Wands? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. And another clarify, please, for the Two of Wands. And Ten of Cups. Beautiful. All right. So I'm feeling like your Two of Wands, I feel like this is around family. For others, it might not be so family involved, but let me dive into family first. So Two of Wands, maybe you are wanting to move away, maybe you're wanting to change scene, possibly move house. It could even be moving job at this point. I definitely feel that if you do have a family, I'll just start with family and then I'll dig into other things I'm feeling. If you do have a family, I feel that you are now starting to engage or understand what it is that, you know, where to put your energy into, and whether that's, you know, savings pots, whether that is jobs on the side, whether that is, you know, saving some money or putting that to something that you really want to save for. Or I'm feeling a lot of saving here, but you know, because I mentioned family, I feel like you are trying to learn and maybe even invest in your children's future. Maybe you're thinking about schools, maybe you're thinking about universities to send your young people to, because they're not children at that point. So, and also you have the Ten of Pentacles as well. So the Ten of Pentacles is pure joy, and this is also a generational card. So it could even be maybe your grandparents are even wanting or trying to chip in. For those who that isn't going to resonate with, and you are more, you know, maybe not so family orientated, I definitely feel like your eye is on changing something. So whether it is that you do want to move away, whether you'd like to change job, whether you would like to embrace something new, maybe dive into a new hobby, maybe try a new martial arts, there's something slightly different that you would like to move or transition to. I feel like you've kind of reached the point at this moment where you are. You've reached a point of satisfaction for yourself, and now is the time to go and explore something new. Again, I feel that the Seven of Pentacles is realizing what is working for you and what is not working for you. What is worth putting your time and energy in, and what is taking too long to grow. Or maybe it's just taking too much food and nutrients and water to try and grow. So I definitely feel like you are prioritizing, and you do have the Ten of Cups here. So the Ten of Cups is, I really see this as a very positive, pure happiness fulfillment card. So I see a lot of joy. You know, whatever choice that you make, I feel like is definitely going to lead to a happier version of you. March, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is very comfortable, very grounded, very focused, you know, willing to take you step by step and yeah, just take your time, but also know that this plan is solid. Whether it be in a financial plan, whether it be in something to invest in your future. You have Ace of Swords, so we're possibly worried about even losing what you currently have. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is a bit of a situation that you feel a little uncomfortable about. So whether this is where you want to be or whether you're already here and you're not quite seeing that yet. Now the Eight of Swords explains to us that you're kind of putting yourself in a mental cage, is how I'd probably best explain it. And this means that you are kind of worrying or being anxious about things that are totally within your control. Or maybe you've just imagined those problems are there rather than them actually, you know, negatively impacting you in some way. It's all of these thoughts and ideas that the things are bigger than what they actually are, but it's harming you more than what it needs to. So this figure here, like there's nobody holding a knife towards them. There's no violence or anything as such in this card, but also the road ahead is clear. But you're so worried because you know that there's swords around you that you don't see this path ahead that is clear. So you could just slightly dodge or wiggle your way free because these aren't tight. But you're kind of keeping yourself in a little mental prison here, which, you know, we all can get to. So if you are a bit worried about finances, I think that definitely in this day and age, you know, where people just like make investments, or you have to, you know, pensions are not going to exist anymore, or you have to work until you're almost at the brink of death, etc., etc. It's hard to say, but yeah, it could be something like that. But then you've got the Queen of Swords as well. And the Queen of Swords I see as this very like dominant. I class her as dominant because she's like able to say it as it is without having like a precaution. I'd probably class her as like a Judge Judy. But Judge Judy's always right, you know? But I feel like this is your Queen of Swords energy. So I feel like you're kind of putting yourself, or you're worried a lot about something that you really don't need to put so much time and energy in. You've got two Queen cards here, which is at their A game. So you're like Queen of Emotions and Queen of Wealth. You know, you've got so much potential here, but you're just kind of holding yourself back from something. April, you have the Hermit. So could we clarify the Hermit for April, please? The Magician, wow. Clarify the Hermit for April. And Three of Pentacles. Ooh, exciting. So I feel like you could be working with others at this point. Maybe there's a joint celebration. Maybe there's somebody that you like and have the same interests about, and you find it fun, and you're exploring. I feel there's a lot of friendship, there's a lot of bonding, there's a lot of playfulness here. With the Magician basically explains that you are the creator. You can create whatever it is that you want. You have all the tools that you need, but I'm saying you don't need those tools because you are enough as it is. You have all of this wisdom, all of this experience. You know, you could have changed your life or reinvented yourself so many times. So you are absolutely able to do that again. And then you've got this time of introspection. So I feel like your time of introspection is leading you to try something new. But I really feel, again, that this is, especially because you've got the Magician, to really go after your dreams. So whether you've put this idea that maybe your dreams, or you don't want to put yourself forward for something, I really feel that you absolutely have that ability, and you've got a lot of support around you as well. Even if you're in like online forums, you know, other people trying, or other people encouraging you. It doesn't have to be like close friends, and if that makes sense. So I'm seeing a lot of friendship here. You are the Magician, and also you're going through this time of introspection as well. What is it that I want to create? How do I divide my time? What is worth me feeling, you know, to feel better about myself? All right, could you explain the Tower for me, please? The Tower, we have the 8 of Wands. So if something is coming in quick, it could be quick news, something unexpected. It could be like, I don't know, maybe news of your parents. Death, we have the Death card in as well. So you've got a lot of major arcana here. So Tower, as I mentioned, would represent something that we can't quite see coming, or it is unexpected. Now, the 8 of Wands, this can be related to social media, but I see the Ace of Wands as like a message, but this could something quick happen. The reason I say is like a quick message, because yes, it could be by email, but that's, you know, it's not going to be sent by a letter anymore. So that's the kind of action I see. And I do see that 8 of Wands is like arrows kind of flying through the air. So I feel like there's definitely a message coming in that is a bit unexpected, has thrown you off. And then you have death as well. So it could be something like maybe you've been made redundant, maybe, you know, you could lose a job position unexpectedly, and this has kind of thrown you off a little bit. But you have the Death card as well. So you are going through a transformation here. It is unexpected, and maybe it feels forced, but you are definitely growing and transforming here. I'm feeling quite excited for you, to be honest. I feel like this has been something that you've wanted to end before, probably many times before, and now it's kind of taken away from you. So I don't know if you're in this place of like, oh, I wanted to end it, I can't believe you beat me to it first. Let me know if that does resonate with you, Virgo. I would love to know. So we got June. Could we have clarifiers for June, please? I wish that would stay in. Okay, June, Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is curious. We have the Ace of Cups, and anything else, please? And the 9 of Wands. All right, so I feel like this is more towards your ego. This is somebody that, you know, you want to go out and embrace life as you are. You want to be this person that's carefree and curious and willing to stand out from the crowd. And you have every right to be able to express yourself and express your opinion and try something new, and maybe even, you know, embody a side of you that you haven't quite explored yet. So there's a lot of emotion. I feel there's a lot of releasing yourself here, but this does worry you a little bit. I feel like you're kind of stepping into the unknown a little here, and this is what's throwing you off. But the 9 of Wands is a card to explain that there's some defense here. So maybe you built, you know, in the past, maybe you have built up some sort of your side of personality through defenses. And now you're kind of letting that shield down a little bit. So you do see, like, essentially there's like a gap in the fence here where the 9, with the figure standing here. It's like a gap in the fence. So I feel like you're starting to let your defenses down a little bit, which you've been maybe a bit defensive and quite protective. But now you're starting to open up a little more. And I feel like this is very rewarding for you. There's possibly, you know, even your closest friends maybe you've been putting up a barrier with your closest friends as well. Maybe they are starting to see a side of you that you haven't quite shown them either. So I feel like you're definitely making changes in the right direction. I feel like you're definitely exploring yourself more and, you know, stepping into characteristics that you have maybe kept away or kept hidden or locked away for a while, and you're really trying to just embrace who you are and step into yourself more, which I think is really, really beautiful. Yeah, try not to let this defensive behavior kick in so much. I think you are totally, you've got these two beautiful swans here as well, so there is a lot of love. Swans make for life. All right, so in your July, you have the King of Pentacles. So could we have clarifiers? King of Pentacles, please. We have 5 of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is very like prosperous and a very leading kind of figure and character. And again, because you've already got the Queen of Pentacles here as well, I feel like the finances are definitely on your minds. You're embodying that leadership position. Maybe you are taking this idea, maybe you are taking this dream and driving it, and you know, you finally get into a place where you've always wanted or you'd hoped you'd be as well. There's a lot of determination here. The 5 of Swords is, I feel like this is kind of you against yourself, because you're stepping into the side of your personality that you have, like I said, that I feel like you've kept away from most people. So I feel like this leadership role, maybe you have been in the past somebody who's willing to follow instead of taking the lead and being in that leadership position. But I feel like this is causing some kind of like identity shift for you, and it's feeling uncomfortable, but it also is very exciting knowing that you do have, or you have the persona that you've imagined, you know, or even that you've admired with other people. So you absolutely can be in this leadership position. Try not to argue with yourself so much, because you do have the 10 of Pentacles as well. So I feel like this sheer hard work and determination, and even this discomfort that you are experiencing, is definitely driving you to that success. It's driving you to that stability. It's driving you to that family. I feel like you are healing from whatever this is as well in your May. But I see this as a generational card as well, basically. It's a lot of family. But I feel like this is you. You are the provider. You are the stability. You are the safety. You are the cushion for your family. For you, you know, you could, if you have no children, then it's you and your pets, you know, or you and your partner. So I feel like you're definitely providing this month. August, we have the 7 of Swords. So as I said earlier, the energy that I feel from the 7 of Swords is you kind of being a bit of a prankster this month. So we have a card clarifying the 7 of Pentacles, please. 7 of Pentacles. I've got the 4 of Pentacles, beautiful, 7 of Pentacles, and one more, please. And the 9 of Pentacles, you got the 9 of Pentacles on the board twice, on the table. Alright. So I feel like, you know, I mentioned that you might be a bit of the prankster, but I feel like you are being cautious. You're being cautious of other people. You're being cautious of how others work around you. I feel like you're kind of tiptoeing, or not sneaking around, but being mindful about, or being open to how people are treating you, maybe what they're saying. A bit more attentive to details at this time. you've got the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is a protective energy. I'm feeling like something is a little off with this. You know, it's not quite balanced. You are following your gut, you're following your intuition. And if there's things that, you know, maybe people have said that isn't quite adding up, so maybe there's like little white lies, I feel like you're starting to dig and understand and discover the truth. You are being protective around what it is that you've earned, maybe keeping certain things secretive just so others or the wrong people don't find out about that. And also the Nine of Pentacles. So if this is in a work position, in a job position, I feel like you are eventually gaining independence, whether that's even, excuse me, so whether that's you even taking charge in some sort of work, maybe they're giving you your own project to look after and to finance. You could be going independent from whatever this is, or this discomfort that is being caused, but there's a lot of safety. You are definitely building that safety. You know, this also comes from the King of Pentacles from the month before as well. So you're definitely building that safety for yourself. You're definitely building that security and that comfort just to avoid, or I think this is a learning process for you as well. In September, you have the Hanged Man. Oh, my nose is so weird. September, could you explain September, please? Okay. Explanation for the Hanged Man. Clarification. Ooh, for the Two of Cups. I see the Two of Cups as like the Lover's card, and the Knight of Swords. Alright, so Hanged Man. Hanged Man is gaining a new perspective, is reaching enlightenment. It's also a card of spirituality. The Hanged Man basically is hung upside down for 9 days and 9 nights. I believe I believe that this is around the story of Odin, and that's why there's a Hanged Man figure here in the tree. But yeah, essentially, you know, all that after 9 days and 9 nights, no food, no water, you just really just existing and seeing how long you can exist for, basically. After that time, you definitely go through a spiritual transformation as well. It's not just like a detox, or it's not just like physically, you know, all of that discomfort that you're experiencing. You're really going through a deep metamorphosis here. You are considering, I don't know if you are already in a relationship. I feel like this is more of a deep work into, okay, what is it that we want to build? How can we make this a future-proof, you know, solid, stable foundation? What energy can I put into this, and what do I need to ask for just to make this a perfect, you know, harmonious relationship? I say perfect. Perfect doesn't exist, but whatever's perfect for you and whatever's perfect for your partner. You know, you just reach in to work together. And also the Nine of Swords as well. So Nine of Swords for me is a card of ambition, and I don't know, I feel it like very adventurous and fiery, but there's a lot of purity in this card as well. I do feel like this is excitement in a relationship. Maybe you're bringing in this new energy, or maybe someone has like swept you off your feet. So I'm feeling like there's definitely a change of energy here. There's something more exciting for sure. Maybe you've been like, could be manifesting the person, like, you know, writing down, this is what I want, and maybe that actually comes around. Someone fun, spontaneous, exciting for you, and you've kind of dreamt like, what if, but I really feel that this is coming in for you. October, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So can we get a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles, please? Page of Swords. And let's have another clarifier, please. And Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot on your mind. So the card of Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. It is, you know, being your own badass bitch, and just really stepping within your power on a materialistic plane. With the Page of Swords here, I do see the Page of Swords as kind of a kind of romantic card, but I see this as like love letters. There's something like a message coming into you. I do feel like this is definitely coming from this Knight of Swords, or your Knight of Swords. So there's definitely a message coming in for you, but I think this is something really fresh. It's a new idea. I do see a lot of loyalty here as well, because I see this wreath as a crown. So there's a lot of like loyalty. There's a lot of new energy for you. There's definitely a message coming in, but I feel like this is coming from, you know, the month before where this was very romantic. I feel like this is a lot of, okay, we are having the fun, we are having the excitement. How can we make this more stable, or how can we share our thoughts and ideas into making this happen? You know, I feel like there's more of a mental connection here for you, your loved one, if you already have a loved one, and also for future loved ones, or maybe a new person. November and your Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is, yeah, very creative. I said the Page of Cups is very romantic, very spiritual as well. So let's clarify the Page of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. I like the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles for me is very stable, a very grounded energy. And you have the Four of Swords. All right. Whoever or whatever you've been romancing or daydreaming about, I feel like your kind of knight in shining armor has come in. All of this fun and excitement is starting to die down a little bit, but I don't mean that in a negative thing. I feel like this is definitely becoming a lot more stable, a lot more sturdy for you, and attainable. Not attainable because you've already attained it, but something that's more there's something built to last. So I see that the Knight of Pentacles is very stable and someone who's determined and willing to grow with you. And you have the Four of Swords, but for me, I feel like the Four of Swords is coming is to let you know you can take a step back a little bit. You don't need to be thinking or worrying about, you know, how do I keep this, how do I make this happen. If you just try and relax and rest a bit, I don't feel that you're gonna be as stressed out or kind of swept up in a whirlwind, or kind of swept up in a whirlwind. I really like these three cards together, to be honest. Maybe I am just boring. I'm not sad about it. And December. Okay, December. I like that you have the Chariot. I like that, you know, if this is just a fling or a romance for the last couple of months, yeah, you could be definitely taking charge. As I said, this can also represent a Cancer. Let's have a look for the clarifier for the Chariot, please. You have the World. This is a completion. A completion. You are standing or jumping in. Ooh, the Hanged Man also wants to make an appearance as well. It wouldn't go back in. I tried 3-4 times and it just kept falling out. So this is definitely your card. So yes, the Chariot, you are taking things into the matter of your own hands. You could even be moving away. So the Chariot essentially is a travel card as well, moving away from the city that they love and know. So you can be with your romance here. You can be moving away with them. You could be starting a new adventure, diving into a new world. And also you've got this epiphany like, oh, I wonder, you know, I feel like you are transforming and engaging into something new, or that maybe you would never have thought yourself of being in that position before. It's like you are gaining wisdom, not like you are gaining wisdom. If you are already in a relationship, I feel like these definitely could be a move for you and your partner. You know, you've kind of complete this world already, and you are gaining wisdom and diving into something new. And the world it's a card of completion, but it's also of new beginnings, starting again. Not starting again fresh, because it's not the Fool card, but you have so much knowledge and so much wisdom. And again, to have the Hanged Man and the World together. And can you see those mirror numbers? You got 21 and 12. Yeah, I'm kind of reading backwards here. So 21 and 12, you got that mirrored sequence there. And that's 17 right there. So you got that mirrored sequence there. So Virgo, your December is finishing really strong. I'm curious for your January 2027. So beautiful. Okay, so last part of the reading. Let's see. You go through some epic changes, some really deep transformations here. You know, you definitely are embracing the in-between. I feel like this is all learning and leading up to your 2027. Obviously that's how a year goes anyway, but there's a lot of excitement here. There's a lot of change, there's a lot of transformation. I feel like you are definitely starting to learn and embody who you are, what it is that you want, and how to get it. You have the Wildling. The world is your playground. Go out, be free. Fate. And what other things do we need to look out for to embody this year? And speak your truth. All right, so don't settle for anything less. Speak your truth. It might be uncomfortable at the time, but it's better than living a lie. Fate, there are going to be good things that's going to come your way for sure. Maybe not as good things, but it's not going to say that they're bad, because I don't believe in you know, bad. It's just things that are willing to change. You are definitely going through change and transformation here. So I think Fate is definitely a great card for you to look out for. Also, because you've got this beautiful egg here, I feel like this could be around Easter time, that maybe the Fate card becomes a bit more apparent in your 2026. And also the Wildling. I feel like this year, the spread is like what I had to find out in 10 years being in my 20s, you know? So the world is your oyster. Express yourself, speak your truth, be the Wildling. And yeah, just really enjoy and embrace who you are and dive into yourself this year, Virgo. So thank you so much for being with me for the reading. Thank you so much for staying till the end. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can reach out to me. I've left my information in the description box below. Yeah, if you could like, share, subscribe to the video, I would super appreciate that. And I will definitely be back for more readings for you. Thank you so much.